Good morning, coming to you. How you doing? This Tim coming to you. Solution City, going live Monday morning, sitting in traffic. I'm usually at work right now, but I'm sitting here in traffic. But I'm coming to you. I think it's a good time to come to you since we're not moving. But I'm safe, got my seatbelt on, everything, looking around. Everybody's good, everybody's good. How are you doing this morning? I'm doing well. I like to come to people in the morning to let them know that they have the power, that the keys to life is in your hand, and whatever you invite in is on you. You listen to it, you push that button, you flip the pages, you checked out that movie, you checked out what somebody said that was going to make you mad, and when you listen to them, it made you think that that whole crowd of people is bad. I mean, everything that we go through in life, we invited in ourselves. So there's nobody else to blame but us, okay? It's good to look at literature. It's good to check out movies. It's good to check out people that you don't agree with, okay? It's good to do those things to be in a learning process. Now, some things that I may say you've never heard before, and some things I may say you have heard before, but information is key. Money is not key. Power is not key. None of that man-made material is keys to the life. But the main keys to the life is you getting the information that you need to go to the next level, go to the next page in your life, where you're not going to sit around here and watch everybody else climb to the top in their own way, and you're sitting back just because of some literature or law or something like that is written down to prohibit you from becoming your best version, your best thing that's ever happened, that's ever popped in your mind. That is you. That is you walking. That is you talking. That is you driving. That is you working. That is you 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And can't nobody stop that. That's what Solution City is here for. Solution City is here to give you the solution to your life. But the main key focus is I'm sitting here talking, okay? I shouldn't have a lot of people doing what I'm doing. They should be doing their own thing. They should have their own solution, okay? An ant colony doesn't go to a pack of lions and ask for advice, okay? Beetles do not go to ants and ask for advice. Birds don't go, robins don't go to falcons and ask for advice. They have their own advice because they have their own room, they have their own space to get up, do what needs to be done, do what needs to be required. We all have that. That is the solution to your life, is to get up off of our asses and stop sitting around here waiting for somebody to come in, like an income tax check or a reparations check or any kind of government handout or any kind of assistance of any form or fashion, okay? And if you didn't go out and do the work, okay? Now now when it comes down to the reparations part of it, I kind of understand that something needs to be done other than some handshake and some slap on the back saying that we're sorry or something. Yeah, I mean, that's a different story. I mean, if you want to get into that, we can do that on another segment. But the solution is you getting up off of your tail and doing what needs to be done. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? And can't nobody stop you if you thought about it. Like most of us been thinking about it for 20, 30 years, but we're expecting somebody else to knock on our door and say, hey, here it is, take it, run with it. No, we don't have time for that. The solution is getting up off your tail and getting done what needs to be done, okay? Now, you're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna be angry with you. They're gonna be talking junk. They're gonna be saying, no, you don't need to be doing that because this says you need to do it this way, and this says you need to do it that way, and you need to wait, and you need to do this, and what about this, and what about that? That's not their problem. That is your problem. Okay, now there are some people out there that will give you keys to advice if you're trying to go into the direction of maybe where they led their lives into. Maybe you want to do a little something that's familiar to that. Now that's cool. They can give you the step-by-steps to the way that program works or how it functions and everything. But when it comes down to doing it spiritually, and the difference between religion, let's get that out of the way right now. The difference between religion is you singing a song like a hymnal, like if some of us went to church, or you sang something where everybody stands up and sings it together. That's kind of like religion. That's kind of like religion to me, where you stand up and you sing a song and everybody sings it, the same chords, and you stop where you're supposed to stop, and you don't carry your voice. But when spirituality is there, that is you making your song, you making that song your song, to where you're going to add in different things into that song, where you're going to make it your own. That's spirituality. Kind of like the way Aretha Franklin, R.I.P. to her, she's chilling. Kind of like Aretha Franklin, she never sings a song the same. It's always different. It's always different, to where she's not copying herself, because that is the spiritual way of doing a thing. It's the way that you want it to be done, not the way that the crowd or the group or anything written down has you to do it. Now, if you want to do those things, that's you. That's you. That is your solution. That is what you want to deep dive into. You can deep dive into that. But I'm talking to the people that's tired of the same old crap, and you know that you got some power deep down inside of you. Because if a little small bee has enough power to fly and touch you, and look how big you are to a bee, and it can sting you, okay, because it's afraid of you, or it's thinking that you're going to do something to it or its colony. And if it stings you, if it has enough power, what about you? Why don't you have enough power to rise above everything else and all the small talk and all the bull crap that you go through daily? You don't have to go through that, okay? You don't have to do those things. You can say, I'm going to squash that. I don't need to be in this group. I don't need to be listening to this, because all it's doing is bringing fear upon my life. And I don't need to have fear upon my life, because if a bee ain't afraid to jump on this big body and put his stinger into my arm or leg or whatever, and it causes a bruise or a swellness, the same thing can happen to anybody else. You can apply pressure, but the pressure that you apply to people does not have to be a negative pressure. Just like we think that bees pressure that it's applying to us is negative. No, it's not negative. It's protecting itself, okay? And sometimes everybody's attack strategies are different. So take your attack strategies of going and searching for negative stuff that's going to leave you in a bind, that's going to leave you fearful, because fear and God does not occupy the same space. And there is a difference between the church and the real, true, everlasting, real, true God. It ain't got nothing to do with no building. It's got to do with you. It's got to deal with you. And everything that was made on the first day, which I don't know what that day is. I don't know if it's 4,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago, 4 million years ago, 60 million years ago. I don't know. So whatever is, however long you've been here, and however long people's been here, and everything that was made on the first day, it's all man-made, and it's all reproductive. It can all go in and create something anew. You can't create something anew out of bricks and mortar, okay? You can't do that, okay? I'm talking about going inside the brick and mortar and thinking that's gonna help your situations. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I've grew up in the church life, and if I felt bad and somebody got up and sang a song, I felt great. And if I went there and if I needed some helping hands, and I needed somebody to help me, hey, it's an awesome place. I'm not telling you to flee from it. I'm just telling you, if you've been sitting in there and you've been listening to the same thing for 20, 30 years and your condition ain't changed, there's time for a change. It's time for a new solution. And the solution is you getting up off your tail, and doing what you have to do, reading the necessary things that you need to be reading, and you need to be studying what you need to be studying, and you need to be stepping back outside instead of being inside all the time, indoors all the time, up under the TV, up under the internet, up under all that stuff. You need to go back outside, take your shoes and clothes off, and sit out there in in a bathing suit out in the grass or something, and just sit there and just look at nature, how it functions. Now it makes noise, but it don't make a lot of noise, okay? A bird doesn't need to make noise to let it know that it's flying by. It just does what it does. A tree doesn't have to make a lot of noise, but it just does what it does, okay? All the plant life, everything, okay? The sun doesn't make any noise, but it's there. The clouds doesn't make any noise, but it's there, okay? And it's just that simple. You don't have to make a lot of noise, but you are here, and you are here for a purpose, and you are here to shine, and you're gonna come up out of anything that you have been placed in by you walking to that door and walking out of it and realizing there is millions of billions and trillions of doors out there that you can walk into that's been waiting on you. Okay, there's people waiting on you to give you certain things, but you got to do the work first. If you don't do the work, and if you think you're going to shit your way to the top, it just ain't going to work. It just ain't going to work. It just ain't going to work out that way. So you have the power, you have the attention, you have everything you need. You have all the keys to life that you need right now in your hand. All you got to do is just start thinking different. If you think different, you get different results. If you think the same way, if you keep giving your money away, if you keep just giving your whole life away to something that ain't never came in, or anybody that ain't never came in and actually gave it to you in your hand, you are wasting your time and your energy and your money. You're wasting all that stuff. It's like we're sitting around waiting for Publishers Clearinghouse to pop up at our door one day with a big fat check talking about, oh, you ain't got to work no more. You've been doing this. You've been putting it in. You've been putting it in. You've been putting it in. Oh, now we're going to give you $5,000 a week for life. And then we think we sat back and actually did something. Okay. We got to be careful. Now, when I use the Publishers Clearinghouse, that's just an example. There's many ways, there's many forms of how people can rob and steal and take your resources and take your money and take your life and twist it all around, and you don't know what to do with it. Okay, then you're stuck in a hole. And now you got to backtrack out of trying to get people to give their hard-earned dollar and their hard-earned attention, and people try to sit around and tell you, and even your own self try to tell you, nope, don't do that, nope, don't do that. But you got a battle between the heart and the mind, and then your mind's telling you, oh, yep, go ahead and do that, man. That's going to be the shit, man. I'm going to shine. I'm going to get me a new car and all that. But your heart's going to say, oh, but you didn't work for that. And you didn't do this, and you didn't do that, and then you didn't do this. So you got a battle between your heart and your mind. You got to pay attention to what's going on up in here. And you really got to pay attention to what's going on up down here inside of your heart. Okay? And your heart's all over your body. That gut feeling, that butterfly effect inside of your stomach. You got to start rolling with that and stop with the nonsense. So that's Solution City. That's what Solution City is all about. Making a new you without you jumping through some obstacles or some hurdles or something and going by something that's been written down. You don't have to do that. Be like the lion, be like the bear, be like the elephant, be like the rhinoceros, okay? Be like that. There's plenty of stuff out here, okay? There's plenty of stuff out here for you to grab. All you got to do is just reach out and grab it and have the love and the attention and the power, because we have the power, we have the attention, we have the focus. That's Solution City coming to you Monday morning. Like I do always, coming to you with a great video with some inspiration to try to get you on the next level. It's here, people. All you got to do is just jump on board. It's here. It's here. Just do the right thing. Good day to you.